So for today, I'm going to discuss to you the functions of accounting and the history of accounting. Based from the definitions given by the American Accounting Association and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, the main functions can be summarized as follows. Number 1, keeping systematic record of business transactions. Recording transactions does not only involve entering the transactions in the accounting books. The records should be systematic enough to enable easy understanding of readers. Number 2, protecting properties of the business. The accounting records serve as the evidence that properties of the business do exist or how much of a particular resource does a company have. Accounting system helps in preventing employee fraud and misappropriation of companies' resources. Number 3, communicating results to various parties in or connected with the business. The accounting reports produced at the end of each period are not only used by external parties but also by the management in their decision-making function. Communication of the results of operations of a company is essential for all concerned parties to enable them to take well-informed decisions. Number 4, meeting legal requirements. The government requires some companies to provide financial reports like the heavily regulated industries to protect the public by providing them the necessary information to make sound decisions. Okay, let's move on to the evolution of accounting or the history of accounting. So accounting is as old as civilization itself. It has evolved in response to the various social and economic needs of men. Accounting started as a simple recording of repetitive exchanges. The history of accounting is often seen as indistinguishable from the history of finance and businesses. Okay, during the cradle of civilization, record keeping was already common from Mesopotamia, China, and India to Central and South America around 3600 BC. Okay, the clay tablet is the oldest evidence of record keeping in Mesopotamia in dealing with commercial transactions at the time, such as listing of accounts receivable and accounts payable. In 14th century, the double entry bookkeeping was already disseminated by Luca Pacioli, the father of accounting in Italy. The Italians of the 14th to 16th centuries are widely acknowledged as the fathers of modern accounting and were the first to commonly use Arabic numerals rather than Roman for tracking business accounts. Summa de Arithmetica is the book published by Luca Pacioli that contained a detailed chapter on double entry bookkeeping. During the French Revolution in 1700s, the thorough study of accounting and development of accounting theory began during this period. Social upheavals affecting government, finances, laws, customs, and business had greatly influenced the development of accounting. During the Industrial Revolution, from 1760 to 1830, mass production and the great importance of fixed assets were given attention during this period. In the 19th century, modern accounting in Europe and America began. The modern formal accounting profession emerged in Scotland in 1854 when Queen Victoria granted a royal charter to the Institute of Accountants in Glasgow, creating the profession of the chartered accountant. In the late 1800s, chartered accountants from Scotland and Britain came to the U.S. to audit British investments. Some of these accountants stayed in the U.S., setting up accounting practices and becoming the origins of several U.S. accounting firms. The first National U.S. Accounting Society was set up in 1887. The American Association of Public Accountants was the forerunner to the current American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. Now, at present times, accounting standards are already available to guide accountants in their practice of the profession. Some of these standards include the Philippine Financial Reporting Standard and the Philippine Accounting Standards. As economies worldwide continued to globalize, accounting regulatory bodies required accounting practitioners to observe international accounting standards. This is to assure transparency and reliability and to obtain greater confidence on accounting information used by global investors. Nowadays, investors seek investment opportunities all over the world. To remain competitive, businesses everywhere feel the need to operate globally. The trend now for accounting professionals is to observe one single set of global accounting standards in order to have greater transparency and comparability of financial data across borders.